Special counsel Robert Mueller announced the indictment of 13 Russians, and the leftists were going nuts. Then, reality hit them hard as Mueller's report said, no Americans involved. In fact, this bullcrap indictment of 13 Russians, who aren't even in the United States, means millions in tax dollars have been wasted. In response, the federal court is busting Mueller big time as he viciously set up a military hero to be the fall guy. Special counsel Robert Mueller indicted 13 Russian nationals today and found they're engaged in a social media campaign to cause discord by backing Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. Mueller's investigation is a bust. There's no evidence any Americans were involved, no hacking, no collusion, a huge nothing burger. But there's one man whose life was ruined by Mueller over this farce of an investigation. Adds Buyer of Content. Remember General Mike Flynn? He was known to be a huge enemy of Barack Obama. In fact, the former president fired Flynn when the general disagreed with his bogus foreign policy of giving in to the Islamic State. Then, when Donald Trump ran for president, Flynn jumped on board the Trump train, and the pissed-off Hillary Clinton. Final photos taken just moments before tragedy struck. Poploster.com. Adds Buyer of Content. Find out more. Greater than 90,261. So, what happened to Flynn? Trump won and made him his national security advisor. Then, when that hack Robert Mueller was appointed to save Barack Obama, James Comey, and the rest of the deep state with their illegal spying scheme on Trump, Mueller found out Flynn spoke to Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. Mueller decided to set Flynn up, even though he did not break the law. Because Flynn was a Trump transition official and incoming national security advisor, there was nothing at all inappropriate about his discussing Obama-imposed sanctions against Russia with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak, reports the National Review. Adds Buyer of Content. Doing this before bed could help you regrow your hair. Watch this regrow hair. The unusual link between coconut oil and Alzheimer's memory repair. Why doctors in the know no longer prescribe diabetes medication. Heating tips. You may be thinking, didn't Flynn plead guilty? Yep, to lying to the FBI, but so did Hillary Clinton. It really isn't something people go to jail for. Now, it's coming out that Flynn did not lie at all and was set up by a vicious and vindictive Robert Mueller, and the federal court is busting Mueller over this now. Comey, via New York reports, told lawmakers that the FBI agents who interviewed Flynn did not believe that Flynn had lied to them, or that any inaccuracies in his answers were intentional. So, even Comey couldn't find anything to charge Flynn with. Way back in December 2016, he reported, Flynn did not lie. Something really funny happened after Comey got fired and his best buddy Robert Mueller became the special counsel. All of a sudden, Flynn is indicted for lying to the FBI. That's strange. This military hero, who did nothing wrong, is set up by these rats, and they held Flynn's son over his head to get the general to plead guilty. They wanted Flynn to turn on Trump. They wanted Flynn to lie and say Trump colluded with the Russians. As a man of honor, Flynn took the fall, and at that point, he was running out of money to pay his defense lawyers, and Mueller knew it. The National Review reports Mueller decided to charge Flynn with lying to the FBI anyway. And Flynn decided to plead guilty, perhaps because he was guilty, or perhaps because he lacked the resources to sustain the legal fight, or perhaps because he feared Mueller's team would otherwise prosecute his son. The judge who accepted Flynn's guilty plea was Rudolph Contreras. Mysteriously, just days after taking Flynn's plea, Judge Contreras recused himself from the case. Now, we know why. Judge Contreras was also the FISA court judge who signed off on the illegal FISA warrants. See how that works, but, never fear, the new judge recently appointed to Flynn's case just busted Mueller. The jig is up for Ole Robert Mueller. The court was getting ready to sentence Flynn, but all of a sudden, boom, Mueller gets jumpy. He knows Devin Nunes and the GOP House Intel Committee are hot on his trail. So, Mueller postponed the sentencing. The Daily Caller reports, notably, the recent postponement of General Flynn's sentencing provides an opportunity for more evidence to be revealed that will. They add that Judge Emmett G. Sullivan, the new judge on the Flynn case, immediately issued what is called a Brady order requiring Mueller to provide Flynn all information that is favorable to the defense, whether with respect to guilt or punishment. Just today, Mueller's team filed an agreed motion to provide discovery to General Flynn under protective order so that it can be reviewed by counsel but not disclosed otherwise. The Daily Caller goes on to say that this new judge, Emmett G. Sullivan, doesn't like dirty prosecutors and that, in the past, he has excoriated dirty dogs like Mueller, and it looks like Mueller is crapping his pants. Former federal prosecutor Sidney Powell reports, Emmett G. Sullivan is one judge who is ready, willing and able to hold Mr. Mueller accountable to the law and who has the wherewithal to dismiss the case against General Flynn for egregious government misconduct. This is just another indicator of how dirty the special counsel was from the very beginning. As the idiot Democrats continue to insist President Donald Trump colluded with the Russians to keep Hillary Clinton from getting elected, the entire case has fallen apart. Final photos taken just moments before tragedy struck. Poploster.com X ads by Riv Content. Find out more. Greater than 46,776. You can tell them that, though, because losers like Adam Schiff continue to learn, and to think these swamp creatures would have let a military hero, an honorable man like General Michael Flynn, go to prison knowing he did no wrong. What kind of people do that? It's the worst kind of people who in another time would have been shot for treason.